I have to be at the flying club an hour early today for some reason, so I'm kind of excited and a little bit nervous about that part to see what's coming next, but I won't know until I actually get in the plane. What happened last week when I went for my flight? There were a few problems with the planes, and that can happen. The first plane had a battery issue. Always happy that that happens on the ground instead of in the air. Then we were going to switch to a different plane, which is one of the benefits of having training at a larger airport, is you have multiple aircraft sometimes at your disposal. And that one wasn't quite ready to go because it needed some gas. So after quite a few delays, it really shortened the lesson, I was able to land for the first time. So I was pretty excited about that, and I think the instructor was too, because we've been on this lesson for a long time. And I think it's the one by far that people have the most trouble with, is the landing. You don't get to stop in the middle of it. If something goes wrong, then you're flying, for another 15 or 20 minutes before you get to try again for those 15 or 20 seconds where you may have messed up the last time. And by then, the wind could have changed, the intensity, the direction. There could be a lot of different things that will make it different every single time, which makes it very difficult. There were a couple of times that I thought that I didn't think I would ever get it. I'm just, and then all of a sudden, you just, wow, I think I just landed. And you go back up and you try to recreate the same thing, and you did it again. And it's like, okay, now is it at the point where it's like riding a bicycle? I'm gonna find that out today, because still in the back of my mind, I'm trying to figure out if I actually did learn how to land, or I just somehow got lucky and it's all gonna go out the window again today. Okay, before every flight, I don't think I've shown this before, but I have to fill out a form. It's called weight and balance. It adds up the weight of the aircraft plus the fuel plus the pilot and the instructor. It makes you look at things like the weather, what the current wind situation looks like, calculate the crosswind. You need to fill in how much fuel and oil is in the plane. For now, paperwork.
So today we're just going to go into a bit more details about the circuit procedures, and by a bit more details we're going to be talking about when things don't go as planned, basically.
Which happens all the time, actually, at this airport. So it's part of the standard training, and I can see how it's important at some of the smaller airports where there's really not that much of a change. But here, one of the runways already closed. Essentially every circuit looks different. Sometimes you go left, sometimes you go right. So there's a lot of diversions already from whatever the plan is. So
for pre-flight prep, engine starting, run up, do you have any questions?
Nope. Okay, sounds good. I'm not going to deny that's a lot of information at one time, and although it's super easy for me to sit here and listen and write it all down, when you're up in the plane and now you're trying to remember all of these procedures one at a time and visualizing, especially the change of circuits, that's going to be challenging. It should be definitely interesting on top of all of the other things that I've learned. So finish this paperwork up and then I go outside. Get a bucket for the fuel check. They actually hate it when I record, especially when I pass the taxiways. So as long as I don't stop, I should be not getting into trouble this time. This is today's flight, again, NBL. Parked over at the side. I need to do walk around and check it all out. I always start a couple of things. I take this thing off and stick it somewhere, cover it in here, and master on and flaps down. kind of coming down there. And then master off. All right, walk around time.